Hey y'all. Hey collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy New Year. Alright, wherever you guys are, whatever you're doing, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. To all my new subscribers, welcome to the tribe, y'all. Welcome to the tribe. To my OGs, hey y'all. So thank you so much for you guys your comments. I know you just telling your story, but I do feel like it can help other people. I was just reading someone's comment that he was like, he's, from the South and tarot, of course, in the South, how people view tarot. And so I even told him I felt like his message would help somebody because, would help someone to like be encouraged, because it is pretty much forbidden, in the Southern culture as far as like, religion goes. And so I feel like it was just meant for people because the South is like one of the main places that they down there doing the most with black magic and stuff like that. I feel like it was just a way to, keep people blinded still. And so, kudos to anyone who has experienced that kind of awakening. Um, because it's hard to be awakened when you're around so much of it. You know what I mean? So congratulations on your journey, however far you have however far you have gone or reached whatever level you own, and just still sticking with it, and just trusting, right? So I do have a channel message. Hold on, y'all, because I didn't wrote it down somewhere. I had to find it. Okay, so the first thing is that um there's something going on with these children that are passing away. um some of these so-called like accidents are not really accidents, okay? And I'm specifically referring to like kids shooting themselves or shooting another kid. I know y'all have seen that like coming up. I don't watch the news. I just watch YouTube, like stuff that comes up on my feed. I feel like, it's just more guided that way for me to see certain things. um and there's something about, some people are sacrificing their children by way of an accident. And so if you notice, like, there's been a lot more, okay, Spirit wants me to say familiarity with the whole child shooting themselves or shooting another child specifically. You wonder how these children get the gun in the first place, right? It's supposed to be locked up or it's supposed to be somewhere else or whatever the case may be. But, nevertheless, these children, still end up finding it and something happening, right? I do feel like there's something to that. You know, the download I got was like, it's not all true. Some people are taking stories that they see in the media and using it for their own personal situation, as a way to get rid of a child. Some of these mothers who thought a child was going to keep him masculine or, make him marry her or keep him from his wife or whatever the case may be, a lot of toxic karmic energy here. Um, they are now, some of them are now wanting to get rid of the child because it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. And they have a burden of a child that they, have the burden by themselves. Okay. And so this is like for women who are trying to, get a payday or something like that, or, whatever, because it's all about the intention behind the action. Okay. Um, and so, yeah, I'm hearing the word reprimanded specifically. Some of these women are being reprimanded and they don't like it because they're not getting the outcome that they wished or hoped for, which is why they wanted to have the baby in the first place or why they tried to trap a man or something in the first place. So, there's something about that these are the types of women who are trying to create these scenarios to get rid of a child. And it's real messed up because I just saw another one that was like a child killed another child like in the back seat of a car or something like that. And so the child that killed their sibling has to now live with that, but I don't feel like the parents too much care. They just care about their lifestyle or what they have going on, or now they don't want to have any ties to this masculine, so now get rid of the problem or the bait, but they're not thinking about how it influences the other children. Okay, for losing a brother or a sister, or for being the one to take a brother or a sister's life. I did see one where this woman was like, something happened to her child, and she was, I think, at the funeral home or something like that, and she had somebody watching her child that was like 2, and the child ended up shooting themselves with a gun. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, because I read energy. When I saw the interview, the parent did not seem too upset about the situation to have lost 2 children, and you can't tell somebody how to grieve or how to act or anything like that. People can be in shock, anything, but it's just the feeling that I got when I watched the interview, where I could pretty much be like, I could tell like something wasn't right with the situation. I do feel like something was set up that way so somebody could receive some insurance money. Okay, so there's some stuff going on like that as well. It's like that you may not receive any child support or something, and some women specifically choose a man that they think have money, and come to find out the men don't have money, their wife got money, or you know people provide a lifestyle for them or something like that, and it's all like false, it's all a facade. So you thought the intent was to have a child by this person to get a payday or to get some bills paid or whatever, and someone is finding out like, no, you got to pay these bills yourself, like no one's going to be able to take care of you, this person don't have no money, you taking them to court for what? There's something about that. So that was like the download that I got. And so I feel like there's going to be an investigation into some of these, stories with these, with, where a child has, shot themselves or something like that, to where it's not going to just be written off as an accident. And I'm literally seeing like a mother, like in orange jumpsuit suit, sitting in court with her hair like French braided. There's something about, it's a dark skinned woman here, and she has like, it's like her hair is parted down the middle, and also like down by her ear. She got like 4 French braids, like 2 behind her ear or something like that, and 2 like in front of her ears or something. So there's something about that. Someone has like, yeah, it's like their hair is parted 4 different ways. I don't know why that's significant, but that's just what I'm seeing. And so and her hair is like French braided all the way down, but the ends of the French braids are like, like flipped up though. She's in an orange jumpsuit, very big chested, you know, brown skin woman. I feel like she's like, a darker shade. Um, kind of, not necessarily like heavy set, but um just very healthy. So there's something about like this person in particular. I don't know if they like gonna be on the news or what, but I'm seeing them like sitting in court, and this person is specifically like being looked at for killing like a small child or setting up a situation. Like this person actually left the gun out and left the house because they knew something would happen. There's also something too, like somebody's children are like completely out of control, and it's like too much for this person to handle or something like that. And so it's like, at least if one of them take themselves out or something like that, then it's like they can get money and get out of a situation. That's crazy, but that's what I'm picking up on. Because somebody has done this for like money, and then like I said, some women are doing it to get rid of the child that they've had with somebody, and the ties have been severed between them and that person, and so now they want to get rid of the child. There's something about that. So is there anything else with that spirit? There's also something too about somebody giving their child something to make them go to sleep, and the child like overdose on some kind of medication. Because I'm looking at this. I was kind of nudged to look at this, like a child is asleep and someone is like giving them something. I don't know if this is like alcohol. I feel like this is pill energy, because if you can see This is supposed to be like water, but I'm getting like peel dust. Like when you crush a peel up and then like sprinkle it into something. That's what I'm getting with this. Like peel dust. And I feel like these are children like at the house. Someone does this to make their children go to sleep. And I feel like somebody is like one of the kids are gonna overdose or something here. Because these children have stuff in their system that they shouldn't have in their system. And someone could be doing like that Munchausen by proxy, where they're trying to make their kids sick, take them to the hospital, get attention from like a father or something like that, or a mother energy here. So somebody has like several children. Like I was getting like they could be out of control. Like a whole household of kids could be out of control or something like that. And also too, there's something about some a mother losing their child because of them hurting another child when they were little. There's something about like something that may have gotten covered up under like the juvenile, I'm hearing like a juvenile act. Um, Something that they've done that was like covered up. Yeah, because I got the hermit card right here. Something that happened at the house that was like, covered up, and they went to like a juvenile detention center here to work off some time or something like that. And so wasn't made public. And so now this person is an adult and they have lost one of their children almost in like the same way that they took another child's life or attempted. There's something too about a child, like attempted murder or something with a child or another child that's like being laid to rest right now. Because I feel like something got covered up because of the age. And there's something too about like this. I just keep getting like these kids that are out of control. Someone knows that their kids are a little much. Somebody knows that their children are like completely out of control and that they like do stuff to possibly hurt other people or to bully other people or something here. Somebody also could have tried to like commit suicide because of the bullying here. I feel like this is like justice. This is backfire energy for like someone who may have been a bully. Bully somebody into taking their own life when they were in high school. Now they have a child. Now their child is being bullied and try to take their own life. There's something about like the coincidences between what's going on and now and what happened in the past with this person or people, children, whatever. Um, I don't know if this is like on the news or gonna be on the news or something like that. But I feel like this is like a lot of stuff that happened when they were a child. And also like I was getting someone knows that their children hurt people or bully people or something like that and they allow them to do this. I just get it's a family of like some I don't know, I'm getting roguish. Somebody I don't know, when you growing up it's always like that one family that especially if you live in like a small town or a small city where where everybody kind of know each other or something like that, or a particular side of town or something like that. It's always like that one family that got a bunch of kids and all of them is out of control and they be like the neighborhood bullies or they the school bullies or something like that. Because somebody has kids at like a high school and they have a child in every single grade or something like that. And so I feel like they come together and they bully people together. And I feel like the mother knows about this. And there's something too about like some law. I feel like I'm getting like a law is changing about bullying here. Like parents being held responsible for their children out here acting like this, bullying somebody. Somebody's like in a hospital or something. You know what? I cannot remember like exactly where this was, but I did see something come on YouTube up on my feed. Okay, I just heard a beep, so yeah, Spirit want me to talk about it. It's something about this girl like tried to commit suicide and it was like some kids came up to the hospital to try to like further bully her or something like that. And I felt like they had think they already bullied her or something, and she like I really want to say she like tried to take her own life. Forgive me if I have the facts wrong, okay? Because I'm gonna go look it up when I get off of here. But I feel like there's something about that where she already tried to like hurt herself or in some kind of way because of the bullying, and then they actually came up to the hospital to further bully her. There's something about like that situation, or there's something going on with that where I don't know if it's specifically her or if that's gonna happen or has happened to other people. But there's something about like a parent receiving karma back through their child in like some way like that, in some weird way like that, where they get to see firsthand. Okay, okay, yeah, because spirit wants them to see firsthand what it is to deal with, like how to deal with how like what it really means when you sit up there and bully somebody to this capacity and you think it's funny, or maybe like I feel like someone did something when they were younger, they could have thought it was funny or following friends or whatever, and someone could have really hurt themselves trying to take their own life or something like that. And so this parent's karma is to see firsthand how that's affecting a child, how it affects a family, how it affects siblings, how it affects a mother and a father through what's going on with their child, because now they're living their worst nightmare that they put another family through, and it's coming due. There's something too about like world news. There's something about that. I feel like there's getting ready to be like a law for bullying or something like that, to where parents can get drug into it. Especially, I know with school shootings, they're starting to, drag the parents into it. Then there's something too about like this bullying when it gets to the extent of a child taking their own life or something like that. Like something needs to be done, because you cannot rely on teachers to help to, be the teacher to stop a fight or to stop, because some of the teachers now are the worst ones. And y'all know, child, most of them are witches and warlocks anyway, trying to sacrifice a child in the first damn place. Okay, these suspicious deaths at school, stuff like that. I feel like some of them are sacrifices for some of the teachers who are witches and warlocks. I do feel like, there's something about, you know, a child not being safe at school anymore, or a school not being safe for a child. And it don't have to be another child bullying them, it could be a fucking teacher. Um, there's something too, like with that boy that took the gun to school. He was like elementary school and he shot his teacher. Like there has to be some kind of responsibility or accountability there. Um, for parents. And I feel like there's getting ready to be some kind of law or something like that to hold them accountable for their children's actions at school, because it will teach you to be a better parent. Get a hold of your fucking kids. And like I said, somebody out here know their kids is out of control. They tormenting people in the neighborhood. They tormenting people at school. This is somebody who I heard like third grade education or something like that. So somebody may not be as smart. Somebody is repeating grades or something like that, having to repeat grades over again or something. Someone may have had to repeat the third grade, like in this family that I'm talking about. There's something about like all the kids in this family or something like have had to like repeat a grade, or they're not in the grade they should be in anyway. Um, Somebody is like a 19-year-old senior or something like that. It's a lot going on in this house. And I feel like, with the neighborhood and stuff like that, they are tormenting people. They're like breaking into people's homes, fighting in the streets. And I feel like they're encouraged to do this. I feel like they, yeah, because one of my kids just said I can do it. I feel like that's what their mentality is that they are free to act like this. They can do whatever they want to do, because it's like either it's encouraged to act like this, or the mother is like not really there or something like that. Mother, father is not home or some, because I feel like they kind of move on their own. However, this like whoever I'm talking about, like they just kind of move like as a pack, on their own though. Like they may not have food in their house, so they go steal it from other people's houses, or stuff like that. Like their home life is not stable, and I do feel like there's something. It's just I keep getting out of control. So let me pull some energy on this and see what's going on. Yeah, there you go, right there. Hermit and Ten of Cups. It's something of, yeah, they're being like investigated. Things are being looked into. Like I feel like there's getting ready to be some kind of new law, about like behind some kind of I can't make it up. Some kind of investigation. Hermit to the justice. Into like these toxic ass fucking parents. Ten of Pentacles here. Yeah, because something happened when somebody was like on a trip or away or something like that, or like these parents that's getting arrested for leaving their children, going on trips and shit like that, leaving their kid at home by themselves. Like all of that shit is crazy. But there's some kind of demonic force behind all of that. Yeah, I cannot make it up with the Hangman and the Ace of Swords. There's something here about, like the perspective changing, you know, with the truth here, because I mean, you can't act like you don't fucking see what's going on. If it's happening too much, there's a problem, right? So there's something about that too, like some kind of investigation into like one household. I feel like is getting ready to free up a whole community of people because it's some kind of roguish ass thug life family out here. We got justice with the Hierophant. Like there's some new laws that are getting ready to be put in place because it's too much with the toxic parenting. Going to school, doing kind of, I mean, like going to school used to be fun. Going to school to see your friends and hanging out and stuff like that. It used to be fun, but now it's like fucking dangerous. In some places, it really is dangerous to send your kids to certain schools. That's why people move away from certain areas so their kids can go to a better school because sometimes it get a little out of control. Especially if it's like a school that doesn't get any funding or something like that, like no federal funding or something like that. They don't get, yeah, Ace of Swords, thank you, Spirit. They don't get a lot of like funding. So they may not have books or things like that, and that kind of stuff creates a different type of environment for your children. It creates frustration. Yeah, it creates like that Three of Swords type of energy because there's no stability here. And then you might have one or two good teachers out of the whole school that actually care about the children. Also in some states, the government has fucked over the teachers, so they don't care anymore. Not getting paid what they should be getting paid, things like that. I know, like my child, one of my, because I have twins, and so one of my kids actually had a teacher because I always had them in separate classrooms. I always had them having like a separate teacher. Um, but there was one teacher for one of my kids who was going to school at night to be a teacher. I didn't find this out until like when the school year was damn near over, almost over with. And so, she was never really at the school. And then when she was at the school, she was so worried about the behavior of the class that she wasn't able to teach. So I had twins that were on two different levels, so I was at home trying to, help to bridge the gap between the two of them because one of them was learning and the other one wasn't. And like I said, one of the teachers, she was going to school to be a teacher at night and then teaching during the day. So she had never even been like a teacher's assistant or anything like that to learn how. Okay. She had never been like a teacher's assistant or sat in a classroom or anything like that to learn how to like deal with children, in a classroom setting and still be able to teach at the same time. So it was real crazy, but that's like, where we are, that's what they have allowed as far as like the teachers go. It was a shortage. So, let's just bring the ones straight in from college as long as they, have like an associate's degree, it's okay for them to start like, so it creates like those kinds of decisions made at a higher level. They cause a lot of things to happen, like it just rolls downhill. Things become a lot less structured that way as well. Okay, and so it creates like an environment for children to, for one, not learn, and also for two, and the disruptions, okay, for them to like not be able to learn. If you can see, like, I'm trying to talk about this and I keep getting interrupted. There's something about this. It creates disruption in a school environment here. Yeah, because I'm getting like that no one cares. Okay, and it's like, like I said, and then some states they don't want to pay the teachers what they're supposed to pay them. Certain things like that. It creates a hostile environment at the school because the teachers now have checked out. They show up for work every day, but mentally they are checked out. They don't care. They're not going the extra mile. Like I know now, teachers have to pay for their own classroom setup or anything that's going into their classroom. They have to pay for it themselves now. I know the school supplies list has gotten very extended to where now you got to provide, um, paper and stuff for the printers and all kind of stuff, like on the school supply list. So there's something about like, the government, I feel like, coming to terms or something about, about the school shit and the home life. Yeah, Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here, confirmation. And so I feel like there has to be some kind of like, yeah, look, strength, and then we got the Moon card right here. There has to be something like restructuring, or you got to get control of the situation again. And so I feel like, through this parenting issues, also holding the parents accountable for their children's actions, at school and stuff like that, I think is another way that, they're trying to get control of, the system, really. I hate to say it like that, but it really is like, you know, it's very systematic. Okay, anything else on this? Yeah, Ace of Swords, true. Something very systematic about this. I feel like, I was just supposed to get this message out because I feel like definitely someone need to know about this or hear about this. But a cycle is closing on this shit right here because in this it's unfortunate for the kids that have to go to schools with a lot of crap going on and they're like really trying to learn and their parent can't send them anywhere else or anything like that. But I just feel like you need to fight for your kids. Like I took my kids out of school. I took them out of school because of some stuff that was going on, with my ex showing up to the goddamn school. And so me taking them out, at first I was so upset about it. I was like, they're going to be upset about it and things like that. But over time, I realized that that's just what I was supposed to do. And after my kids, after a while, when they weren't at that school, they start telling me stuff like, about the school. And I was like, what the hell? Like that was going on. They're like, yeah, they wouldn't do this and this is going on. No, this teacher was doing this and the principal was like that. I was like, what the hell? And we just talked about it, not too long ago. My kid was like, I know they came off as a good school, but it wasn't a good school. Like she just straight up told me, that it wasn't a good school. And so I am grateful that I did take them out, and knowing what I know now about like teachers and just the stuff that I see on TV, it's like I'm just grateful that, I was nudged to do that. Hermit to the Ace of, swords. I was forced, to see the truth about what the school system is doing or what it's like. Yeah, there go the 501s. But I'm trying to tell you, there is something, like I said, with these teachers that are witches and warlocks. They're doing something, chaos energy around these schools. It's not like children just up one day and, decide to take a gun to school. There's some kind of grooming here. There's some kind of like, I feel like this is straight up chaos magic that people are doing over a classroom of kids or over, like a whole student body or something like that. And it's causing chaos at the school. It's caused like this bully energy here. It's real toxic. Like I said, it's some kind of like demonic force behind what is going on at the schools nowadays. I just did a reading. Well, I had posted a reading not too long ago about another school shooting happening. Okay. And it's like, in that particular reading, maybe something is actually preventable, but I feel like it was more behind like a relationship with a teacher, a marriage situation. and their husband just decided to take it out on them at a school. And I hope that that is definitely prevented. I hope someone saw that, who needed to see it, who was able to talk to whoever they need to talk to make sure that don't happen. But I feel like this is like that demonic force, and the whistle is being blown on it. Enough is enough with all this crazy, kids being out of control stuff at school or in a neighborhood. Like I said, the bullying here. Yeah, the hangman here. It's another perspective coming, because I do feel like, if because people let their kids act all kind of way, but if they knew they could get arrested for their children's actions, they would damn sure make sure that they got themselves together. Get your home life together. There's something about that with the Queen of Pentacles being out here. And I do feel like too, like sometimes, because I'm seeing like this five on the Five of Pentacles here, it's like sometimes somebody can have a lot of children. Like if you have five kids under the age of 10, okay, it's a lot. It's a lot, having a bunch of kids and stuff at a younger age. Well, those kids grow up, and then you grow up also, so there comes a time where you being pulled in a bunch of different directions. You can't keep up with all these children at the same time. Okay, it is going to be a little difficult to do that if you don't have any help. If somebody is or isn't married, sometimes people are married and their kids are still out of control, or that's the reason that they are out of control, because one parent is a real parent and the other one is like, oh no, you can get away with everything, or something like that. And then because y'all are married, you go with what the father says or you go with what the mother says, and then something serious happens because somebody that don't want to actually discipline their children here. Like I said, it could be a married home life or a single family life, single parents, sorry, lifestyle. It can go either way, because a lot of privileged children who have a mother and a father and a lot of money, they be out there doing the most too. It's not always underprivileged, but there is something going on with these schools. Okay. And like, the gun toting fights and things like that. There's something going on with what they're eating also at the school. I'm picking that up too. Three of Wands energy is here. There's something about what they're putting in their bodies. There is something about like being brainwashed as well. Yeah, Page of Swords. Yep. That entitlement, what they have become accustomed to receiving certain, whatever. And then also, if these children have a parent who will come up there and act like their kid ain't doing nothing wrong, then that child is learning that same entitlement. That they can do whatever they want to, because who gonna say something? Who gonna do something? They mama and they dad don't even care. They're encouraging this. Okay, because that's what I was getting at the beginning. Like, they're encouraging this. Someone's father encourages like a lot of behavior in the household. Even if the mom is trying to discipline the children, the father is, the authority in the home. And I feel like they end up taking over, the situation, but they're doing it out of what they feel like is love. Like, oh no, they okay. You don't have to, they don't have to get in trouble for nothing like that. They don't have to be punished for anything like that. They feel like, love is all that's needed. There's no boundaries, no discipline. Just love the child into acting right or something like that is what someone's father is doing. And the mother could not be strong enough to, come up against something like this. Yeah, it's like they go in two different ways, two different views. And so that's the thing too. The child will resonate with the parent who's backing them, whether they're wrong or right, because the child doesn't know. There go the strength card. Yeah, the mother is not strong enough to, put an end to this or stop this, but the wake up call is going to be when the police show up. Or, something like that, when the police show up to the school or they come to your house and let you know that they about to arrest your kid for hurting another child or something here. And did y'all see that with the Two of Pentacles? It's going to backfire. Yeah. In order to create change, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so slowly but surely, you're going to start seeing things come out. Like I said, I feel like there's like a new law or something that someone could be working on to try to get some kind of law passed, about this shit. I know that they're already working to try to like do gun control or something for the sake of like schools. But there's something too about the way that it's being handled. Like one of the fathers, I think it was like Sandy Brook or Sandy Hook or something like that. I think it's Sandy Brook. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry if I'm messing up the name. But the one of the fathers who lost his daughter was just like, I can't even take a fucking bottle of water on an airplane. Like, how in the fuck is my kid getting killed at school? Like, how are these children able to get guns when I can't, So it's like they actually put rules and regulations and put laws on certain things. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to the protection of a child at school, like, where is that at? You go to some schools and it's a metal detector at the door. And then some other schools, they just get, to walk right in, no problem, no issue. And then somebody come in there and shoot up the place. Something got to be done. Change is coming. Yeah, the Sun card, change is coming when it comes to like supporting the actual children here. What's behind this? Yeah, the High Priestess energy with the Sun card. A change is coming here. So a lot of readers, we might start picking up on this kind of energy here with children. And see, I feel like that's what's gonna happen too. Is that these people are gonna get their kids taken from them, and I feel like that's gonna be what the outcome is. I feel like that's what they could be privately, secretly working on. Where it's like, if something is going on at your house, if they have to, the teacher, they have to report whatever it is to, CPS or what DHS or whatever. And so I feel like these investigations are about to start looking at the household as a whole. But like I said, holding these parents responsible or they're going to lose their children. Like, get this shit under control because it starts at home. The craziest thing I've ever heard in my life is when people be like, oh, we don't care how our kids act at home. It's just when they get in public, And it's like, okay, so you have a 2 or a 3-year old, and how do they know the difference? It starts at home. They shouldn't be allowed to act crazy at home or in public. Shouldn't fucking matter. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I feel like that's all, y'all. Oh wait, something else wanted to come out. Okay, so we got the King of Cups energy too. What's that King of Cups energy coming out? Yeah, okay, that's another part of the system. I'm hearing that perpetuating the cycle where the father is locked up, the mother is at home with the children by themselves, several children, one mother, like something is very systematic here about that. Yeah, the father is off doing time, lock these fathers up, you know what I'm saying? Because that keeps the cycle going. I just saw the world card, it keeps the cycle going. There you go. Three of Swords came out, broken homes, death. So now they can't find a job. So now they can't, like it's all systematic. It's all systematic. And it's coming to an end. So people can start having a fair chance. I have seen a lot of like overturned verdicts here lately where people are being released from jail. I know we was talking about that a lot last year where people are actually going to get out of jail for wrongful imprisonment and stuff like that. That was like a year ago, like early last year, that false imprisonment energy here. And so they're getting out of jail or prison and they're able to, sue the state and now they can start their lives over again, be there for their children and stuff like that. So yeah, there's something also going on with like the father energy, keeping them locked up. All this shit is going to start, dying off. Yeah, the moon card is here because there's something, like I said, that's like there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. Like I said, very systematic. But I also feel like this is like spirit handling things behind the scenes to put an end to some of this shit. Yeah, Tower, divine intervention. Thank you. And then the Fool card is here. So there might also be something changing with like the workforce, like when you do get released or something like that, that you'll be able to actually find a job or go back to school or something like that here. Because there's like some laws that just need to be changed. I mean, just period. when it come to working after you've been released or something like that, because you free, but you ain't free to do a damn thing but walk in and out your house, in and out your bathroom without somebody telling you what to do. But you can't work, you can't make money, you can't take care of a family, so there's something going to be changing about that. It's like you still feel like you in prison. Okay, it's hard to change your life, especially if you've been wrongfully accused of some shit, and now the rest of your life, like it's just following you. You're being controlled. It's systematic, yeah. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna just leave that there. Um, Hold on a second, because I do feel like something else wants to come out. Hold on. Okay, yeah, the Seven of Cups is here. This is all a part of like keeping the community asleep as well, to not be able to see what's going on here. Yeah, it's just time for people to like wake up here. Yeah, to what's going on. And also too, like the young father generation. Like it's easy to get caught up and stuff. The streets and all that kind of stuff, but when it's being encouraged by people in the family and things like that, you just have to be careful of who you have your children around, who they grow up with. And, you know, you may feel like, well, there's nothing I can do. There is something you can do. There is something you can do. The schools that you send your children to, the friends that they have at the schools, things like that. Try to surround your children with positivity, with positive people. There's some relatives I won't let my kids hang around at all, because I know they doing too much, or I know that their parents let them do too much. Okay, um, a 13-year-old should not have a Facebook. That's just how I feel, because it opens the door for so much stuff. For those chats, those people, and then they want to run off and go meet somebody. Things like that. You have to actually have some kind of foresight when you are a parent, instead of just waking up going with the flow. Like, actually get control of your life, to where you're ahead of things, where you don't do something because you know what can happen, but you also know how it can affect your child, their environment, your household. When I was younger, certain people that I knew couldn't come spend the night at our house, or I couldn't go spend the night at their house, and I didn't know why at the time. But when I got older, I realized, dang, her daddy was a drug dealer. Like, that's why my mama didn't want me going over there, because anything could have happened to me just by being over there spending the night, because of what, you know, her father had going on. Okay. So there's something about communication with that as well coming through. Balancing things out. Temperance is here. And that's interesting. Somebody could be a Sagittarius here, but with that Queen of Wands, Temperance, and the King of Wands, this could be some Sagittarius energy just coming out, period, where, people got to quit worried about what stuff look like, and balance out their house for real. Okay. Get your house in order. That's what I'm hearing. So, all right, y'all. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.